name is Chris and welcome to my YouTube, and we are here to talk about, just my problems and what's happening in my life. Just kidding. The latest episode of 90 Day Fiance. We are rounding the bend to grandma's house. Christmas is a-coming. Winter is a-coming. This episode was interesting. Let's say I feel like this is a transitional episode between dramatic events, but I paid attention to small details, also a lot of makeup, and we're gonna get into it. Also, thank you so much for watching this. Listen, before you even watch this video, I have basically no subscribers. Like, I'm not a crazy YouTuber. Your one subscribe is gonna make a huge difference in my life. You're getting in on the ground floor is what I'm saying. And it's free for you. It's just like a little button. You already been clicking buttons. You like click this one. I'm like so thankful you did. Please don't stop. But like if you don't mind clicking buttons associated with me and my content, just if you wouldn't mind just like doing so. Anyway, okay, so let's get into this episode. Angela and Michael is the first couple. Okay, so honey, it's the morning after and she has not had her coffee and Michael had a really hard time sleeping. And like Angela really cares. Not my problem. Have you tried Ambien? She's like, I've done settled this. Something's not right. I don't want to live like this, and I don't have to, Michael. I really don't. So she was thinking about leaving last night, obviously, but what ends up happening is she's done some research since then, and it turns out it's too expensive to do so. So she's made a decision, which is, I paid for this trip, Michael. I worked hard for it. So I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do me. This is for me now. This is my trip that I paid for with my money that I worked for. My American dollars. Don't touch me, the spark is gone. Yes, it's absolutely gone, Michael. I wouldn't know what to do with you if you showed me any sort of romance or any sort of sexual anything. I wouldn't know what to do with it because the spark is gone. I don't see any of it where it could be. So like I think maybe supposed to think for a moment that she draws a line in like Nigerian earth, but she doesn't, honey. Like they're immediately in the car together and they're like driving. If you don't want to drive with someone, you wouldn't be driving with them. So the fact that they're in the car together, it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, great. So Angela, this is a great car ride. Angela is in the car and thank God there's like a GoPro sent there by God. And Michael's like, can you put your seatbelt on? I'm not putting shit on. You better not wreck your car. Ask me to put a seatbelt. Don't get in an accident is what you should be asking yourself. She like passes out like a delicate flower, like mouth open. He then decides to move a bag from the front seat, like where her feet are, to the back seat. And he shouldn't have done it. He should have just waited. I don't know why. Maybe he was thinking that it was like in her way. She seemed fine, but he gets the bag and like, of course, hits her in the face, like just knocks her in the face as he like moves it to the back seat. And she's like, you almost gave me a black eye. And then he's like, black guy? Are you talking about a black guy? Me? Were you dreaming of a black guy? Or you just see one? This is Nigeria. You're going to see a lot of black guys. So what was it? I don't know. That was just a funny moment, right? Black guy. Black guy? Black guy. Black guy? All night long. This was a boring episode. Michael just keeps saying he'll make it up to her. She's like, okay, and then they go on a date. Okay, everything's back. So on his date outfit, it's a shirt that Angela obviously gave him, and it's like, life is better with God. She just wants to dress for men because she takes care of her men. She's wearing a high, like, turtleneck with, like, a sensible slacks and flats. Just kidding, she's wearing a titty shirt and, like, a poon skirt. You know what I'm saying? Of course. You've seen the show. So Michael wants to apologize and he's like, you've been a partner to me. You've been like a mother and you can see her. Honey, she swallows it again like a snail. Cow thigh and a cow hoof. But you can tell right now that she like is on the verge of a snapping. He's like, oh, and he's like, I know I have problems, but I will make it up to you. I'll make it up. You be the sweet Angela, and I'll be the loving Michael. I also said some things that were horrible. And he's like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Absolutely, you did. You were also very scary, if you don't remember that. I know it's not right, but that's how I am when I am hurt. I took up for you in the beginning when people said bullshit about you. But now it feels like you're scamming me and trying to get to the States. That me and my president are currently making great. And sometimes Scotty helps. He's like, I know you've heard stories about Nigerians that were in the news. Like, it's like a Nigerians equal scamming to a lot of people. Like, it's unfortunate, but like, it's part of our economy or something. I don't even know. But like, it's not what's happening in here. In here, it's like only love for you. He says it better. So whatever, they like make up, they're like gonna like see if it can work out. He's gonna try and gain her trust back. And they eat like some sort of taco salad, or at least that's what it looks like. And then Michael's like, I have a surprise for you. I'm gonna go get it. And like Angela's face lights up, and that surprise is a cake. And it looks just like Angela. It's all yellow and white and bright and bold and like slightly trashy. And I could see myself going back for seconds, even though I wouldn't want to, nor would I admit to it. And I mean, Angela in this cake, honey, she's never been happier. It was the key to her heart, through her stomach. So easy. Michael, you have it so easy. Just don't say she's old or your mother or fat. Don't cheat on her. Don't make her do anything she doesn't want to do. Just like let her be and eat things. Oh my God. All you want is just to get to America. It's like, if you fuck this up, that's on you. It really is, Michael. So of course with this cake, she decides to cut him some slack. Not a slice, because that cake's all hers, but some slack. And then she's like, I'm gonna take this cake home, Michael. I'm gonna take some of the frosting, I'm gonna put it in some regions that are nether. I mean, she's just gonna stray, honey. A varsity blues icing bikini. This cake for him later. And you're just like, oh my God, Chris, your Photoshop skills are only another unexpected feather in a cap made for talented heads. I need a team and a show, television show with an editing team and a team of people to make me look better. Thank you so much. Hi. Okay, so the next people are Hamina and Ricky. So she left that dinner, honey. She did not enjoy that dinner. It wasn't for her. 20 minutes later, she comes back barefoot because she's like left her platforms underneath the table, along with Ricky's dignity, never to be seen. She sits down, she's like, continue. He does. I didn't get to tell you the story, but okay, so we went to that dinner. You know, the only time I ever saw her before she made the ultimate decision that love, fame, money, all of it wasn't worth it if it had to be with me. That dinner. The only time I saw her. That happened. That was it. Then she's like, did you eat her? And he says yes. For some reason, he's like confused. He's like, did I eat with her? Like, yes. Yes. And then she's like, you ate her? And he's like, no. No, I'm sorry, we didn't have sex. She wouldn't touch me with like a pole that was the length of Colombia. How do I spell this for you? She literally was disgusted by me. I couldn't. She didn't like me. I came for her. She didn't even want to see me again. Didn't enjoy me. You, for some reason are into it. And I am beyond grateful. That's what he should say. She's just like hung up. She's like, but I was plan B, and I get it, sweet Hamina. You are better than him in every way. You are lovely and warm and sweet and kind and just like full of love and passion, you know? And so he tells her because he has to, because he feels, and I get it, that it'd be disrespectful if he didn't tell her, if he let this whole situation happen and her live in some fantasy land and then her get off, watch it all happen and feel embarrassed, you know? He needed to tell her so she would know, and that's what he did. And I give him props for it. I really do. So the morning after, silent, it's awkward. He's like, I'm happy I told her, you know, I have a weight lifted from me. And she's like, great for you, but I have that weight now on me of knowing that I was plan B, you know. But she decides to give him another chance. Una segunda oportunidad for him to make her feel like a first plate. Una primer plato. Un plato primero. I'm sorry, my Spanish is bad. I'm doing the best I can. Straight men, if you're watching this, just like take heed. Like this is a parable, right? Ricky went for Melissa, which was a certain type of woman that arguably wasn't the best for him. And because of that, he almost lost someone who is so classy and a dream woman. Men, just like take heed, just like seek out the women with depth in the world and treat them well. Okay, so the next couple is Darcy and Jesse. So Darcy, honey, is making a NutriBullet smoothie. It's like with berries, you know, she like makes the bullet smoothie. She pours the smoothie from the NutriBullet cup into a fresh glass, which I don't know why you would do that because you're now messing up two glasses, whatever, and like drinks it like to camera, side sal, as one does, in the kitchen, standing up. She says things have been tense since Jesse's been back in Amsterdam. As if things weren't tense when he was in New York and Connecticut. As if things weren't tense when you were in Amsterdam when I watched you season 1, because I watched season 1, so I know. But honey, her cousin Monique is back, and God bless, because I also have a cousin Monique and I love my cousin Monique. So this cousin Monique and my cousin Monique can totally stay. She asks Darcy how she's doing, and basically Darcy's here to protect her kids and always thinking about her kids, and oh my god, her kids on her mind all the time and the welfare of them. It's like draining for her. She's always here to protect her kids and, you know, from like life and dry steak and yada yada yada. Jessie needs to understand that. Cousin Mojis, or I mean like that's what everyone I assume calls her cousin Monique. That's what I call my cousin Monique. Anyway, cousin Mojis is like, how are those kids? How are those girls? Thank God someone's asking. Darcy's like, well, you know, they're like busy during the week, like with their dad or whatever. But like when they're with me, you know, I try not to like show them my emotions or something. I try to like shield them from that. It's like, you're doing a really bad job because you're on TV doing it. You're trying to shield them from things. You've been on a television show doing it. They're like 12 and 13. You know, they watch that TV. Like, and they read those gossip rags, and they on the internet doing social media. They on that Instagram. Like, you know, like they know. You know, everything. I mean, they can be watching this video right now. Oh my God. If they're watching this video right now, girls, this is going to make sense in a couple of years, but like find yourself a nice female therapist who's really grounded and just trust yourself and your instincts and set boundaries. And then cousin Momo was like, okay, just drop Jessie because you're like too old for that. And at this point, she's doing the Lord's work. Can you do something about those extensions? Like maybe like find like a middle ground lengthwise? And can that middle ground also get a deep condition? So Jessie and Darcy have been like awkwardly talking or not really talking. Like the FaceTimes have like ended or like are really sparse. Sporadic are the texts. But he's like, oh, it's a last minute trip. I'm coming to New York. And she's like, wow, like if he's coming to New York, if he's putting that effort in, I think that he's like gonna come here for, you know, me and our relationship. So she undergoes, honey, you know, little tune-up. So Darcy takes advantage of the few remaining episodes of being on a docuseries with a sham relationship by getting some fake new teeth. I mean, she wants Jessie to see her looking her best, so she decides to get her veneers refitted. She's like, I hope these new teeth will fix my relationship. I mean, I don't know. What's real, what's not? Who knows? Then we see Jessie, and Jessie is aging in this relationship. Like, this relationship has aged him like a paper towel in a sandstorm. And, like, not like a Bounty or a Brawny, like one of those Viva ones. He looked like he had, like, Carini type skin at one time. And it's either healed over or maybe, like, we had a little problem hanging with Tina back in the day or something. You know, because it's like there's things happening. There's like mom marks and stuff like that. You know, why does he look so... He's like 20, what, 4 or 6? He has the skin of a much older man. And I'm happy to say it because, like, we spend so much time talking about women aging badly and, like, everyone's, like, on Darcy and blah, 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 but, like, Jessie has horrible skin. He's not aging well. Like, at all. Anyway, here he is, like, having lunch with Jamie, who's a close friend from the gym, and they're, like, drinking beet juice, and Jamie is, like, there to ask him, like, scripted questions, and even though they're scripted, we have to get closed captioning because he has, like, weird way of saying things. How was the trip to New York? I don't know, this is dumb. So anyway, so like Jesse gets himself to New York City, honey. We see him with all his bags, getting into his hotel, making their way. Then we see Darcy. Oh my God. And she is dressed for a white party. Also, side note, I'm going to a white party next weekend. If you want to check that out, like go to my Instagram. It's at Farah with matching white luggage, multiple bags that she has to drag herself in 5-inch red bottoms. I don't even know how she did it. She gets through it though. She's a fighter, like Christina. And it's so annoying, but he wants to end it in person because that's the quality of man he is. He needs to like do it in person. Okay. I want Darcy to date like a rich mob boss, like an older little daddy who's gonna like pay for everything for her. She deserves like a man that's gonna give her like shoes, the pedicures, like the bags, like eyelash extensions. That's what she needs. And then she can be with the kids whenever like they're around. Because those girls are basically going to be in college soon, so they're fine. I mean, you know, they have to get the therapist, like I said, they're going to be off. But, you know, Darcy's on this train, honey, tits on a shelf, just like painting her face with multiple palettes. It's like, I don't know, maybe Too-Faced, it looks like. She's wearing all white. I'm kind of just like, girl, give yourself a pop of lip color. I think that's going to really look good. I think her thing is she might use the same pair of lashes too many times and they've gotten a little flattened out. Like sometimes the key is to take half a Xanax before you sit down and do your full face. Half a Xanax, give yourself an hour, use fresh ingredients. Just like you would a meal. You have to use fresh quality ingredients. You have to use fresh lashes, you know, like quality makeup for the meal, for the presentation, for, you know, the art that you're creating, whether it's on a plate, whether it's on your face. Okay, the next couple is Rachel and John. Rachel and John. So Rachel and John are getting married. That's what's gonna happen. Hey, they have this thing where like now that she's back in America, every time they Skype and John picks up, he's either like having a cup of tea or like about to put a scone in his mouth. He's always like, oh, hello. It's just funny. It's funny in English, you know, his big old eyes. It's weird. So Rachel says she doesn't think she's rushing things because she's been waiting for John her whole life. Which is kind of like saying that their courtship started at her birth. And I don't know how to say this. That's mildly insane. No, you could be rushing things. You can't just like say you're not rushing things because I'm not rushing things. I've wanted to be in love. Yeah, but, you know? Okay, so at one point we see Rachel putting on makeup, and oh my God, I'm fascinated by it. She puts on like a glob of translucent powder, like right here, with a brush that comes with the packet. It's like rubbed off. I don't know how old. It looked so old. Like it looked like it was like at least 15 years old. And then she like smeared it around, and then she put like a nude pink lip on. And I mean, it was like a clip B-roll. It happened for like 4 seconds and I rewound it so many times. You can't imagine how many times I rewound that. Well, Wa can. Anyway, so since they've decided to get married in England, it's a little sad because like no one from Rachel's life can come. Like her family, her friends, like no one can afford it. Like not even her dad. And also her husband won't let her daughter come. Her other daughter, Bella, which is so weird and spiteful and resentful, like that you wouldn't allow your daughter to attend the wedding of her mother. Anyway, I felt bad. This whole episode is like me feeling bad for Rachel. So what ends up happening is, honey, they go dress shopping. And Rachel's feeling insecure because she used to be like a size 0 or like 105 pounds. Like, I don't know what that's like. I don't have no idea. But like, that's what her life was like before the 2 kids. And now she feels insecure putting on clothes. She doesn't want to put on a dress and ooze out of the dress is what she says. Ugh, my heart sank. But she's so pretty. I think that Rachel's really pretty and so does John. So anyway, let's get to the most important part of this episode. And that is Rachel's friend's Sherry's eyeliner. Okay. It starts here. Then like a whale, it goes all the way up here, comes back down here, the tail then connects to the eyebrow. No need to fill in those brows because you wouldn't want to steal any attention from Moby Dick. It is the most amazing eyeliner I've seen since Amy Winehouse. And there's like basically no other makeup. 5 Kat Von D tattoo eyeliner pens go into every morning she does that look. Whew. Just took my breath away. So the attendant of this wedding dress store who was teasing one side of her hair, and then she heard the jingle of the bell of the front door when Rachel and Sherry decided to walk in and thus film this segment in the store, and she was like, oh no, it's happening now, to run out and finish the teasing later. That woman, did her best to help Rachel, like with the dresses. They actually end up finding one dress for Rachel. Rachel puts it on, but she ends up not saying yes to the dress because it's too expensive. It's $750. This whole episode's a little bit like Debbie Downer for Rachel. It's like, wah, wah, you found your dress and you can't buy it because you don't have enough money. No one can come to your wedding. You feel fat. Everything's bad. Okay, the next couple is Tariq and Hazel. They get to the resort. There's no Dean. Honey, they check into the beds. And Tariq, whatever. So he wants Hazel to be more affectionate, and she thinks she's already being affectionate enough by sleeping in the bed with him. That's where it ends, honey. That's where she feels done. And at one point he tries to kiss her, and she kisses him as fast as a hummingbird's peck. It's in a confessional, she's like, this beach is perfect. I am so happy. Honey, she's slow to warm. That's what I would say. She's slow to warm. But then it rains and she kind of smiles, and they kind of run in the rain and they have fun. They let down their hair. They're playing in the rain and the water, and her eyebrows are being washed off her face. She doesn't even care. And she's starting to feel comfortable with him. It's just so weird though, because if I like someone, it's you can't get me off their face. Maybe that's why I'm single. It's I'm too easy. I'm oh, you like me and I like you? Great, let's make out. I'm just Hazel's I'm good. Can't touch her. Maybe she's reserved because Hazel's been through it, like I said, Fantine and Les Mis, who had to give up her baby to be raised by someone else because she couldn't afford to raise her baby, and then just has to thwart sexual advances left and right. At one point, he shakes his head and looks at the ring that he wants to propose to Hazel with, and the producer's are you gonna propose to her? And he's I don't know if she's wants me and my money or whatever. Then he decides to put the ring instead of in the luggage, or I don't know, in the safe that almost every resort provides. He decides to put it on the bookcase. You can easily see it, anyone could just steal it. So dumb. I was just don't you put it there. No, you put that back. That's done. But then they go to a gorge lagoon, and they're wearing life vests, and they can't swim, but it also kind of looks like they could probably stand, or they were also having this moment, but it was cute, even though they were floating, just having this I love you, so life vesty. But Hazel's I love you, Tariq. And then he is wait, what? Wow. Wow, I did not see that one coming. Either did we, by the way. And then he's oh, I'm sorry, I love you too. Then the producers ask her, do you really love him? And then she's yes. She doesn't like the producers, I think. That's why she's so cold in the confessionals. She has a poker face. Poker face. Okay, Marta and Daya. No, Marta, Daya. Is that it? I don't like this couple. I thought I was gonna like him, and I hate him. This is so boring. Here's my thing. Just get to Algeria. Get to Algeria already. But they haven't got to Algeria yet because Marta decided to just book a ticket to Algeria, book a plane ticket without, I don't know, seeing if you needed a visa. And how do you not know that maybe you should check? You have two kids, you're just gonna run off and meet some guy. Maybe just Marta, maybe you need to open a book and open your mind and just know some things first. I just feel don't mean to shame someone. I'm not trying to mom shame one. It's just I'm just you don't know enough. You don't know enough. Yeah, you need a visa. Okay. You can't just jump into things. Literally, okay? Because there's things you gotta do first. So this is where I hate the show. So then they have a FaceTime, and she's wearing her cross, her Christ's cross, sitting on her titties. He's upset by it because he's Muslim or something. And he wants her to think about converting. And he's probably I know you're not dancing in that cross, so when you just decided to put it on for this FaceTime call, I mean, you can pick and choose when you put that cross on. You weren't wearing it last night, I bet. I understand having a cultural component to Catholicism, but It did feel like she was just kind of using it to taunt him. And also, this is really boring, and can we just get to them being in Algeria? Okay, Karine and Paul. So Paul says Karina's family just sees him as an ATM machine, honey. They just come over and eat all his food without asking. So he decides to FaceTime his mom at a cafe. And the mom's like, figure it out or come home. Even I'm bored with this. But then he gets a call that Karina's in a clinic, and honey, he barrels up the stairs of the clinic. And guess what? Karine is pregnant. I know. Oh my. Wow. What? What? Just take it in. Took me a second. Oh my God. That didn't. Whew. Left field. That's where that came from. But then here's Paul and Karine's mom, who hates Paul. They have to go into the doctor's office. And like a game of musical chairs, there's 2 chairs, and Karine's mom is the unlucky one in the game, honey. She does not get a chair this round. And it's like, some men would be like, oh, I'm here, and like, here's my like mother-in-law who's a little older, like I will give up the chair for her. But you know, Paul was just being like, my wife, my baby, my chair. I don't want to be here with her. So the doctor, who by the way is very beautiful and kind of a boss, like, hey girl, is like, you have any symptoms like nausea or vomiting? And Karine's mom is like, yes, right now, because of him. Ugh. And then like the hot lady doctor is like, 2 hours, you gotta call, we got you. So then all 3 of them like go into some courtyard, and they like share some kind of like weird broke down Mickey D's ice cream. They get a talking and a translating. Basically, Karine's mom is like, just leave, please, my God, we got this baby, we'll raise it with love, please leave. And Paul's like, you wouldn't mind if I left? And they're like, no, leave, that's fine. 2 hours later, guess what? Positivo. And then church bells ring. Ding dong. Oh my God, the next episode picks up in the drama. Like, that's why that's fine. Not a lot happened this one because we're getting from point A to point B. That's the line in between. This is like, last episode was when Michael picked up the girl from their village, and the next episode is when she gives him the BJ, and this right now, this episode was just the ride there. Nothing happened. It has been such an amazing opportunity to talk to you guys in the comments and be in this community. I'm so thankful to Wah for letting me do the videos with her, and I'm so thankful to people like Nikki P for shouting me out in her videos and sending people there, like, go check out their videos. Like, it's so fun to hear people's different opinions. This is a 2-hour show, and like, I could talk about this show for 9 hours. It's also fun, like, no one's in competition with each other. Everyone's like, hopefully everyone's making money. Everyone except for me, because I literally don't have enough hours yet of people watching to make money. Maybe you've noticed I don't have ads. That's why I really need you to subscribe to me, because I'm basically no one on YouTube, and it really means a lot. Each and every single one, because I have no subscribers. So I need subscribers so bad. Just like Darcy, I'm going to a white party as well next weekend. So if you are interested in seeing more about my life or my thoughts or stuff, a little more of my daily life content, honey, that's on my Instagram at Farah. I'm also on Twitter. The L is for Les Mis. Do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again when the beating of your heart. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video. Please comment below. I love engaging. I will absolutely comment back. Did I mention subscribe? Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week.